So today's story is honestly one of the craziest things that happened in my college hostel. And when I first heard it, I genuinely thought it sounded like something straight out of a Netflix drama. It has best friends, betrayal, secret stealing, and a boyfriend secretly hiding in a girl's hostel room. Yes, and the wildest part, this was happening right next door. So this story happened during my engineering college days. Now, if you were in college during COVID, you already know how weird that time was. First year was basically online classes, cameras off, people attending lectures while lying in bed, and most of us barely knew our classmates in real life. So when second year started, and the college finally opened the hostels again, everyone was so excited. Imagine after one whole year of sitting at home, suddenly you're living on campus, meeting people, hanging out in rooms till 2 a.m., gossiping, ordering late-night food, complaining about professors. It was honestly such a fun phase. Now this story happened in Block, one of the girls' hostel. And in this block, everyone had single rooms, which is honestly a luxury if you've ever lived in hostels. Now in this block lived two girls. Let's call them Alicia and Kinjal. Their rooms were right next to each other. And like most hostel neighbors, they became really close friends really quickly. You know the type of friendship. Always in each other's rooms. Borrowing clothes. Doing each other's hair before events. Talking about crushes. Watching movies together. Complaining about assignments. Basically hostel best friend energy. They trusted each other so much that Alicia even gave Kinjal her spare room key, just in case she ever lost her main key, which happens a lot in hostels. So clearly, there was a lot of trust between them. Everything was completely normal, until the third wave of COVID happened. Suddenly, the college announced that hostels might shut again. Students were advised to go back home temporarily. Most people packed up and left, but a few students got special permission to stay back in the hostel. And Kinjal was one of them. Alicia went back home like most students. Now, by this time, Alicia had already taken back her spare key from Kinjal earlier. But apparently, she had lost that duplicate key somewhere again. So technically, the only working key was with Alicia, who was now at home. Now enters the third person in this story. Let's call her Neelam. Neelam was friends with both Alicia and Kinjal. And she also happened to stay back in the hostel during that time. So for a few days, everything seemed normal. But slowly, Neelam started noticing small strange things. One day she saw Kinjal wearing the exact same shoes she had seen Alicia wearing earlier. Same design. Same color. Same brand. For a second she thought, wait, aren't those Alicia's shoes? But she dismissed it. Maybe they bought the same pair. Maybe she remembered wrong. Then another weird thing happened. In our college, the mess hall was in another girls' hostel building. So people from Block, one had to walk there to eat. Now one evening, Neelam saw Kinjal filling her plate completely to the brim. Like an insane amount of food. And instead of eating there, she carried the entire plate all the way back to her room. Which was strange, because Kinjal was really skinny and usually barely ate that much. But again, Neelam ignored it. Until one day, something big happened. One afternoon, Neelam got a call from Alicia. Alicia said, "Hey, I need a favor. Can you go to my hostel room and courier some stuff to me? My duplicate key is with Sakshi." So Neelam collected the key from Sakshi and went to Alicia's room. And the moment she opened the door, something felt very wrong. The room looked extremely messy. Drawers were open. Things were moved around. And some items were missing. Her shoes were gone. Some makeup items were gone. Even her blanket was missing from the bed. And that's when Neelam remembered the shoes she'd seen Kinjal wearing earlier. So she immediately called Alicia. And Alicia was shocked. She said, "Wait, what? I never gave Kinjal my key. How would she even enter my room? Now Alicia obviously couldn't do anything from home. So she asked Neelam, "Can you please confront her for me?" Neelam was honestly nervous. Confronting someone like that in a hostel is awkward. But she said okay. So that evening after dinner, she went to Kinjal's room, knocked on the door. Kinjal opened it. But the moment she saw Neelam, she stepped outside and immediately shut the door behind her, which was already suspicious. So Neelam tried to act casual. She said, "Hey, can I borrow Alicia's kettle? I want to make Maggie." Kinjal immediately said, "No, I don't have it," even though Neelam knew Alicia kept that kettle in her room. So Neelam pushed the door open slightly, and what she saw inside honestly shocked her. Inside the room were a lot of Alicia's belongings. Her shoes, her makeup, her stuff. But the most shocking part, on the bed, was Alicia's blanket. And wrapped inside that blanket was Kinjal's boyfriend. Yes, her boyfriend was secretly staying in the girls' hostel, which was absolutely not allowed. Neelam was completely stunned, and Kinjal immediately started panicking. She started saying, "Please, please don't tell anyone. He's just staying here for a few days." Apparently that's why she was bringing extra food from the mess every day to feed him. Once Neelam got over the shock of seeing a guy hiding in the room, she remembered why she came. So she asked Kinjal, "Why are you using all of Alicia's things without asking her?" Kinjal immediately started apologizing. She kept saying, "Please don't tell Alicia." But Neelam told her. She already knows. And that's when Kinjal's face completely changed. She looked terrified. She quickly handed over the key she had somehow managed to get. Neelam took the key, went straight to Alicia's room, put all her belongings back and locked the room properly. But the drama didn't end there. That night, Alicia called Kinjal, and they had a massive fight on the phone. People in the corridor could literally hear Kinjal crying. Apparently, Kinjal admitted she had copied Alicia's key earlier secretly, so she could keep using the room whenever she wanted. And she had been taking small things slowly because she thought Alicia wouldn't notice. But when Alicia confronted her, everything exploded. The friendship ended that same night. And the next day, the story spread across the entire hostel. Soon even the warden heard about the secret boyfriend situation. Kinjal somehow managed to avoid serious disciplinary action because she begged everyone not to report it officially. But after that, nobody in the hostel trusted her again. People literally stopped leaving their rooms unlocked because of that incident. And when I first heard this story, I genuinely couldn't believe it. Because imagine trusting someone so much that you give them your room key, and they start secretly using your room, stealing your things, and hiding their boyfriend inside. That's honestly wild. So now I'm curious. What would you have done in this situation? Would you forgive a friend like that? Or would that be the end of the friendship forever? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because I have many more crazy college hostel stories. Trust me, engineering hostels are full of them.